Alright. Welcome back to West of Loathing. We're going to go further in this game. The main game, we're kind of getting close to tying things up. But then we have the DLC to go through, and I think the DLC will take about 2 or 3 streams. The DLC is not very long. The main game is pretty long. I might finish it in the next stream, but I don't think we'll finish it in this stream. So this is starring Phoenix Sizzler. So let me put Phoenix in here. Because I can't stream without the star. Because he's making decisions in this. Hey, Phoenix! Are you ready for this? Alright. Get our bread from the mineral baker boys. Not yet. Did you bring back the soup I need? All 5 bowls, mind. Not yet. So, the thing with the baker boys, go to their hideout. Find a big crate, which probably fell off a wagon on its way to a ranch or something, unless maybe it just grew here wild. You've seen a lot of weird looking cactuses as you travel. We'll open it up. We got a ranch punch, 2 of them, 3 lengths of rope, depressed rancher candy, smelling salts, surgical gin, nerve pills. Oh, hey, what's this? Orthopedic boot. Nature is weird. Any progress on the bread baking? None at all, mister. We're screwed. Maybe I could help. Oh, I need some fortune and I need some mysticality. So that's why I can't do the rest of those. But let's go back to the railroad camp. Hey boss, good news. We got that lumber shipment in from Breadwood and we're ready to go. Got the bridge built already? Yep, most of the passengers were so bored they chipped in to help. Wow, nice. Now we just have to lay tracks the rest of the way into Frisco and our work is done. Both mine and yours. See you there, boss. See ya. We're going to go to Frisco. A flash of brilliant orange next to the trail catches your attention. You park Ruby next to a rock and hop down to investigate. It's a Frisco poppy. They used to grow everywhere around here, but they're pretty rare since the cows came home. The cause and effects is still kind of murky. Well, we're gonna pick it. Great. Oh, Gary. Hey there, Gary. Oh, let's going a place, a good place. What? Where? A custard standing. What? Jeez, I should be used to this by now. The last custard stand. What's going on, Smee? This fancy pants calls himself the Emperor and he won't let us build our track up to the station. Can you see if you can talk some sense into it? I'm on it. Who the hell are you? I'm Emperor Norton. I'm in charge of this city. And you can't build any tracks here without my permission. An emperor? Where's your crown then? As it happens, I lost my dang crown. Fool thing didn't fit right anyways. But without it, I can't issue any official permits. And that means no rails for you. Unless, of course, you were to give me a new crown. A properly fitting one. I don't have any crown, sorry. Well, I guess that just tears it, don't it? So not only do you not get that permit, but also reaches into his pocket and grabs a handful of powder, which he throws in your face. Your eyes burn. Ha! Have a taste of my famous antivirus. Sucker. Your vision goes all weird and you pass out. What was that? When you come to, Norton is gone and so is the train. Oh boy. Oh, weird! You got a comedy flyer. It's just nearly identical houses as far as the eye can see in that direction. Well, I'll be a new face. I'm Clooney. Or Clooncy. Make yourself at home. Thanks, I'm Phoenix Sizzler. New to town? Been helping Manifest Destiny get the rail tracks laid. We're very, very close, but haven't quite finished yet. Seems like you could use a drink. Clooncy, I sure could. Alright, which one of these statements do you want? What have you got? What's with the huge brawl going on over there? What can you tell me about Frisco? And bye-bye barman. Decisions, Phoenix. Looks like it's crack tie. You know, Ruby, we're thinking about seeing if we can't do a run for you, and you'll be the snake oiler. The snake oiler has some pretty punchy lines. Especially if you search the spittoons. Got a decision here, Phoenix? What have you got? Let's see. $255 meat for a new Amsterdam, new fashioned, and an olive gin cone. Are you buying? I guess we are. Let's drink it. Oh, we can't. Alright, what's with the huge brawl going on over there? Them fellas are always blowing off steam. I just let them go ahead and get their aggressions out, so long as they keep over there away from what furniture I've got left. I see. Can you tell me about Frisco? Well, it's a fine town. A fellow named Samson Frisco founded it way back, when the mines first opened out this way and everyone caught the fever. Mining fever? Yep, the kind you get from breathing too much dirt. Frisco was a doctor, you see. Ah, gotcha. Hey, Shadow Gary! Okay. But it's actually a funny run. This lady has a rock in her whiskey. Sorry about it. Whiskey on the rocks, eh? That was a little funny the first time I heard it today. So by now it should be a laugh riot, right? Mm-hmm. Seriously though, why are you ruining that whiskey with that rock? I'm not here to drink. I'm doing important research. What kind of research do you do? I'm testing the effects of various liquids on hypercrystalline thermomorphic diorites. Today's liquid is ethanol. Maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm guessing you're some kind of scientist. Good guess. Specifically, I'm an arcanologist. Arcano magic rocks? Hi, I'm Phoenix Sizzler. My second guess was going to be buttholes, but rocks don't have those. Not bad. Dr. Josie Morton at your service, huh? Not typically, no. Morton, huh? Any relation to the Emperor guy? Who? There was a weirdo outside calling himself Emperor Norton. Are you asking me if I'm related to someone because our last names rhyme? Well, not anymore. Have you met the professor? The guy researching El Vibrato? Out by Gustafson Gulch? That's him. His work is really intriguing, but our field of study don't overlap as much as you'd expect. No? I'd have thought El Vibrato would be right up your alley. There's all kinds of magic rocks and stuff. Yeah, but those rocks were heavily modified by the El Vibratoans. My interest is in magical rocks in their natural occurring state. Ah, I see. How's your whiskey experiment going? Not great, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting much. This test should really be done with pure alcohol, or pure ethanol. But it's too hard to get that out here, so I'm trying whiskey just for the heck of it, but the impurities in it would screw up my findings even if I had any. Well, that's a shame. Hey, your rock just turned blue. Oh, that's unrelated. Hypercrystalline thermomorphic diorite turns blue every 23 minutes. I have a colleague who patented a design for a watch based on that property of it, but a 23-minute watch isn't very useful. Plus, you know, the whole cancer thing. Cancer? Yeah, did you think I wasn't drinking this because of the flavor? It's because I don't want a tumor that can yell its own name. Do you need any help with the experiment? Sure, I can always use more supplies, or use more samples. If you find any interesting rocks, bring them by my house. What counts as interesting? I haven't seen any rocks that turn blue. Oh, just anything a rock doesn't ordinarily do. Moving around on its own, defying gravity, displaying rudimentary intelligence. What about a rock that plays a banjo? Have you seen a rock that plays a banjo? Oh no, I was just what-ifing. Jeez Louise, don't get my hopes up like that. Well, I'll swing by if I find any interesting rock. Alrighty, thanks. Hope to see you soon. Boy. She pays her tab, fishes the rock out of her whiskey, and leaves. You decided there's no sense in throwing the bathwater out with the baby, and you pocket the whiskey. You got an item, whiskey without the rocks. Oh boy, another spittoon! Are we searching it or no? The narrator's... no. Word on the street is that Projectionist Wanted 2 is already in the works. This is a nice station. Too bad there's no train that runs to it yet. Cause I got stuff blown in my eyes. Or Phoenix got something blown in his eyes. Where'd the train go? That lunatic stole it. He drove it off somewhere into the desert. Norton's gone off the rails. Points to set of deep ruts off to the side of the railroad tracks. You walk over to investigate, but you can't see it because of the weird hexagon thing your eyes are doing. You should probably get that checked out, boss. That Norton fellow said something about an antivirus. Maybe someone around here knows something about that. Like antivirus, you look like you're seeing like an ant. A gurgling hiss draws your attention to a nearby skeleton. Honestly, just the fact that there was a skeleton here should have been enough to draw your attention. But I guess you're getting used to them. This one is wearing rusted antique conquistador armor, caked with mud and rotting seaweed, and waving a waterlogged old blunderbuss at you. Yeah. Gary must have carried you back here after you got knocked out. You're a little sore, but not otherwise any worse for wear. You're pretty hungry though and sober. You drink the whiskey and feel your skull get a little bit tighter. You gain the effect temporary tumor. Nothing to worry about. You drink the fancy cocktail just like those fancy city slickers back east. You gain the effect New Amsterdam, but with less education. You read the garbage. Turns out to be a flyer for a comedy shack up north of Frisco. You jot down the location on your map and throw the flyer away. You discovered a new map locations. Okay. You pop the poppy in your mouth. You gain an effect Frisco popped. Dry swallow the nerve pills. You've got a lot of nerve now. This gin is used for sterilizing patients and sorry, messed that up. Been drinking surgical gin. Oh, wait a minute. This is the worst. Oh no, Gary is hearing a sneeze saying antivirus. This is terrible. For real? Everybody looks really weird and it's making me dizzy. Goblin doctors are using honey to curing a lot of bad sickness. Maybe needing a honey of power? Where would we find that? Oh! Roy Bean special honey jelly bean having. Oh, that's one hell of a coincidence. But it's worth a shot. Let's get going. How you doing on them jelly beans, kid? Still looking. As soon as you... Oh. No Spatina. Oh boy. 6,000 meat for... Yellow vibrator device starts bleeping, and the bleeping leads you to an unremarkable sand dune, which quickly becomes remarkable when the robot buried underneath there wakes up. immediately. Or somehow get you back on Ruby so you can continue your destination. Whip the elevator headband out of your bag and wrestle it on his head. Hey, what? Stop! What happened to me? That voice. What have I done? What's going on here? See, I was kind of hoping you could tell me that. It was a calling, an order, but also a desire. I heard instructions from outside myself, but in my voice. Instructions to what exactly? To dig, to free him, excuse me, I have to go freak out now. Hey, hi, no climbing for humans. I'm here for taking back a jar of jelly beans you goblins stealing. Oh, what? Jelly beans. Little colorful sugar things. Oh, little fruit rocks. Yeah, those. Those are for the pile. What? Anyways, no upstairs for a human. Maybe we can trading? No trading, but you can bribing me. Okay, cool. What are you wanting? A candy bar, a good human candy bar for the bubbles, having you knowing. Let's see what I can do. I need a candy bar. fair. You find a regular hole through 3 feet wide by 6 feet long by 6 feet deep, so it's either a grave or the future site of a half underground hot tub. Jump into fluid. The stuff you find in makes you lean toward the grave theory. You get that grave dirt, skull chips, burial whiskey. You see a plume of smoke rising over the trees to the north of you. You nudge Ruby in the direction and find a cozy-looking cabin nestled in a copse of pines. The ground outside is sparkling and rainbow-tinted, a telltale side effect of the practice of the jeweler's trade. Let's check it out. Oh, hello, a customer! Why, hello. Welcome to Master Gerald's jewelry shop. Howdy, are you Master Gerald? Oh no, Master Gerald's back there at his workbench. I'm just his assistant and translator. Goblin Jewelsmith? You betting your britches, Sonny, and not forgetting it. He says that's right, the finest jeweler in the territory. Yeah, I was clearing my throat. He says, well, what do you know? I don't see anything on display, though. Master Gerald only does bespoke work. If you bring in a sufficient valuable gemstone, he'll craft it into a fine ring for you for a fee. No trash rocks. Well, here's what I've got. Master Gerald looks at the rocks and you have with you. Bah, all of trash and garbage being. Master Gerald apologizes, but there's nothing here he can work with. Oh well, thanks anyways. No, it's not an excuse, actually. You're ambushed by a cow who was hiding behind a nearby billboard. Big billboard, big cow. Alright, let's fight it. Ow! Ruby somehow sneaks under you and carries you all the rest of the way to where you're going. Hi! Be a holiday there. Welcome to the last custard stand. I'm Custard Man Stan, and I make custard like only Custard Man Stan can. Care to try some? Tell me about your stand, Custard. Yeah. Not much to tell you, just plain honest custard stand selling plain honest custard. But it's the last one? What, like the last one before you get your first go? Or the last one in the whole territory? Heck, the last one in the whole world so far as I know. But I can't swear to that. Are you sure it isn't the first? Yep, because the first one was also mine. It was further up north. Whole dang operation was ate by wasps, stand and all. Yeah. Let's blow this stand. You slam on Ruby's brakes because you're pretty sure you just saw a floating banana. When you hop down to investigate, it turns out it's not floating, but perched precariously atop a thin stalk. Picking it could be risky. Let's leave it alone. Some kind of drilling machine seems to have taken a real beating. Nice! I say high-tech electric light. Does these new lamp things usually need to be plugged into something? Yes, but I've modified these to run on ambient arcanolithic radiation. You can see how they work more reliably the closer they are to that diuretic resonator on the floor there. Yes, I understand this. I had no idea there were so many books about rocks. Oh, hi there, Dr. Morton. Oh, hi, Phoenix. Did you find anything interesting rocks for me? Not yet, but I'm keeping an eye out. Well, appreciate it. Thanks. Boots. That's good. Hey, Josie. What's up with those boots? Oh, that's just an invention I lost interest in. What do they do? They're supposed to make you run really fast, but I couldn't get any significant boost for them. You're so close, though. Oh yeah? Sure. Just gotta hook this wire up to the spring, twist this flange a little, and Bob's your uncle. Oh, clever. Well, I'm still not interested in them. You can keep them if you want. Sure, we just got some new boots. Path is blocked by a large moose. Although somewhat related to cows, moose are not evil. They're just jerks. Like most of the animal kingdom. Are also quite large. This one is just sort of staring at you. Doesn't seem inclined to move. You pick up that moose and huck it into the bushes. It makes a very surprised noise and runs away. Howdy, Gary. Oh, hey. What's up, Gary? I think this we're living a crazy squirrel man's. What now? Crazy squirrel man's, you seeing? Discover new map location, Hollow's Hideaway. What should you do next? Get going to right beans for a jelly bean for eyeballs. I hope this works. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Wasco Shafter's the name, and comedy's the game. Are you here for a real thigh-slapping good time? Alright, hit me. Hand over the meat, and Wasco clears his throat. Okay, so a skeleton walks into a bar. And the bartender says, wait, it's a horse, not skeleton. Sorry. Anyways, after the bartender asks the horse, Hey, what's your face so long, buddy? Wasco takes a bow. I hear another one? Alright, hit me. Alright, A guy walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve goblins here." Wait, I forgot to mention, the guy is a goblin. Anyway, the end. Oh my god. Wanna hear another one? Okay, here's a good one. Take my wife, please. That's a good one! God. No. Oh boy. Yellow vibrato transponder leads you toward a darkened grove of trees. You steer Ruby into it to investigate, and you discover that the reason the grove is dark is because there's one of those El Vibrato monoliths inside it. And the monolith is dark because it's not turned on. That makes sense, right? It is. Howdy, name's Holloway. Hab Holloway. Sorry for the chittering. I ain't seen another person in a long time. That's not surprising. This place is pretty secluded. What do you do here? Mostly I sell pine cones to squirrels. He frowns. Alright. Oh, he chews on something he had stored away in one of his cheeks. Let me see what you're selling. Heading back to Dirtwater. Hi, I'm Phoenix Sizzler. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. Alright, a quick note to Rufus letting him know what you've been up to and that you're okay. It'll be, it's one of them prepaid ones. It'll be 0 meat den. Thanks. Hey, welcome back. What can I get ya? Show me your goods. Hey. He's doing alright for himself. Oh, hi there. Welcome, back, yeah? Can I get ya? Show me your goods. Spot a cemetery on the horizons. Over the gate that says Dave Yard, which seems oddly specific. Alright, let's go. Here lies Dave B. 1834 to 1884. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. You dig up the grave just to check on the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots, but no pants. Raines looks pretty restless. Put him down for good. Here lies Dave C. 1828 to 1884. Went down in a theater. Here lies Dave L. 1790 to 1851. Died of a heart attack. See you in 36 years. Oh boy, 3 months. Vienna blood sausage, thermos spiked coffee, and they said there was no such thing. Here lies Dave G. 1847 to 1884. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a feller from like 40 angry bears. Here lies Dave D. 1848, 1884. The truth was out there. It killed him. Here lies Dave G. 1860 to 1884. Murdered by a different feller named Dave G. It's a pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. It's mostly just boring broken bones, but you find a skull with a weird tag on it. At the end of the skull with an odd tag on it. Go in. It's one of those things that they have in mausoleums. You know, one of those big marble things with doors full of skeletons? Yeah, I'm beyond the level of these guys, so... Maybe I'll level up. Almost. That wasn't a sneeze, Phoenix. big sarcophagus. Red chalk. Got a gore splattered scroll. Got 9 human ashes. There's this pink paper here. You got an item disc for the slip. You read over the infraction listed on the slip. Looks like one of the cultists was gathering dangerous mushrooms. Curious. You stick the slip into your journal. You should check that out. It's the cremated earthly remains of a person. Someday they'll refer to these as cremins, but you will not approve. You swallow the ashes and absorb their death essence. You're always thinking about things like death essence now. Mwahaha. Let's read it. You scrape the largest of the giblets off of the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ash, spread them out in the shape of a person inside of a red chalk ritual circle, then sprinkle them with stardust and place a mostly perfect or better glass sphere where the heart would be. Anyway, that's the gist of it. The actual text has a lot more these and thous and such as like that. Plus there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud while doing it. Okay. According to the gross scroll, you need human ashes, some stardust, and glass spheres. Until you don't have any human ashes on you, so much for that idea. Because I ate them. About a smoldering ruin of the ranch. Ominous. Let's go. Stock certificate. Okay. Reveals a secret compartment inside Mary Stern's diary. It's the work of a moment to fix the doll's voice box. Pull the string, the doll's eyes roll back into its head, and its mouth begins to move. Hi, I'm Grace. What's your name? I'm Phoenix. Hi, Phoenix. You're nice. Do you want to play with me? Yes, let's play. Hooray! Mary used to play with me, but we didn't get to finish our tea party before she went away. Will you help me finish it? Surely. Hooray! The game is almost over. Mary did such a good job. Dies at owls roll back forward. Go downstairs and get my cup. Do you know the magic word to make the mean cow let you into a secret room? No, what is it? The magic word is peanut butter. Dog goes silent. Got it, peanut butter. You should have, because you realize it's just that talking dolls haven't been invented yet. Spooky. First page says in a little girl's handwriting, this is the diary of Mary Stearns. The it's the dairy of Mary Stearns. The AI and dairy are crossed out and IA written above them. The diary starts out as a typical kid stuff. You flip ahead until you notice the writing getting shakier. Found a doll under a cactus out back, and she told me her name was Grace. Mama and Papa don't believe me that she talks. They say I got a big imagination. Grace says the cows are gonna get us but Papa says, well, it'll be okay, 'cause this were never a cow ranch. Grace says he's wrong, but Papa won't believe me. Grace says she can't keep the cows away, but I have to play tea party with her. I don't like this kind of tea party, but Grace says it's important to keep the cows away. Mama was sad that they couldn't find Effie. Papa said she'd been gone so long and they should put a cross up, but Mama won't let him because she thinks she'll come back. Papa said she's only 11. How far could she have gone? Mama started crying again. Don't want to play tea party anymore, but Grace says I has to. Papa was out 2 days looking for Joey, but of course he didn't find him. Mama cries so much. I tried to tell her him and Effie are helping keep the cows away, but she don't understand. I told Grace I'm not playing tea party again, but she says I gotta, and if I don't, cows will eat all three of us. She said either I get Mama or Papa to play, or else I gotta play by myself. That's the last entry. Okay. Atop this sinister-looking altar sits a copper goblet filled with what appears to be blood. You don't know what this is, but you know it's abominable. You grab the goblet and smash it against the altar. Everywhere the blood lands, cracks appears. The altar groans as it crumbles into ruins. And how? Grace's eyes glow red. She must know what you did. You'll live to regret this, hee hee. Her mouth snapped shut and her eyelids closed. Oh, that's only a little bit ominous. Think adventures there unless you're interested in burnt book. Alright. Snake pit mine, huh? You look at the mining equipment, you have no idea what any of it does. Ask Gary to explain it to you. Hey Gary, do you know how any of this stuff works? Oh, no, Gary doesn't knowing that. Well, okay then. You look at the mining equipment, you have no idea what any of it does. Ask Gary to explain it to you. Hey Gary, do you know how any of this stuff works? No, Gary doesn't knowing that. Oh, okay then. A hot coffee out of a cactus. See you, Ruby. Notice a smoldering hole in the ground and recognize that it's a habit of southeast-western coal snakes. They keep to themselves mostly, but they're also known to enjoy a fight if one is thrust upon them. Alright. One-side covered wagon with small families said, "Would you folks okay? What are, Off to the side of the trail, you notice one of those weird cactus shaped like coffee cups. Okay. Snake Spring, huh? Go to the mine. Mug of cactus beer, huh? There's a row of lockers here. Must have been used for storing the personal effects of the fellows who used to work this mine. First one is labeled Ellsbury WM and doesn't have a lock on it. The second one on the one is covered in some kind of white goo. Third one is labeled Loose Ben. It has a combination on it. Let's look at the first one. Okay. Open the second one. You open the door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white goo that was on the outside of the locker. You get it. This guy must have died after his co-workers played a prank on him where they stuffed him into his locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I can't believe you dang jerk stuffed me into my locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I died from that, yells the skeleton, confirming both your insight and defense over again. Alright, let's play it. Butterfield Ranch. Alright, let's fight the cow. Red Hot Poker Helmet. I recognize that name. Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly's meat. Looks like maybe this outhouse is worth investigating. Luckily you don't have to actually go inside the outhouse, because once you open the door you find a map scratched onto the inside of it. It appears to lead to Coal Ridge Mines, just west of where you are right now. There's an inset map of the mine itself with a big X scrawled between three strange triangular icons. Oh, wow, I just... to your horror, you see that every single cow in the Butterfield dairy herd is now an ungulus, an infernal cow spear bound to stone. They're not dangerous unless you get near them. I just destroyed it. We're gonna go back to Coal Ridge. Let's get some coffee first. Curly Butterfield's compass, but that dude must have always been lost because this thing points every which way but north. Compass needle is pointing generally northwestish. Destroyed campsite. Okay. 10 is a real mess. It looks like it was trampled by a whole herd of cows. There's something odd about it though. Okay, let's search it. This knapsack seems like it's taking a lot of abuse recently. Most of the contents are trash from being stomped on. You do find a dented can of potted meat though. You also notice that the knapsack has a knife sheath strapped to the side, but you don't see the knife anywhere. Alright. Okay. This human is popped. Gary did not know a human is to popping. No, we don't. Not in the sense I think you mean anyways. This meat, it is a very large all of it. A human contains all of this? Well, yeah. I could not bear to carrying all of that. So squishy. We follow the cow tracks for 100 yards or so. After which they stop suddenly. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest nearby. Oh, darn. Let's go attack. To one side of the trail you spot a tree branch that's perfect height for some giddy-ups, which is what pull-ups are called around here. Oh, go. Clear it up. King Flip, Building Tonic, Surgical Gin. Sure. Locally. Kellogg Ranch, huh? Grotesque anatomical chart. They've got the spleen mixed up with the liver. Art books, animals and stuff. Whoa, hello. Hello. So you're a ghost, huh? Yes, it does appear so, and alas, without me here to instruct them in my regimen of purity, all my patients have fled. Probably not exactly why. You're likely out ravaging the countryside in their own bodies. One cannot have purity of the soul without purity of the body, you know. What's this whole purity kick about anyways? My threefold path to elimination of corruption influences. Would you like to hear about it? Sure. Lay it on me. First step I call purity of the glands. One must rid oneself of all romantic and sexual desires and ceasing any self-polluting activities. Like what? Smoking cigars? Well, yes, but I'm speaking of more of, nighttime activities alone. What? Anyways, that's the first step. Okay, what's the second step? Second step is purity of guts. This is accomplished through frequent cold water enemas. Yikes. And the consumption of the wholesome and nutritious grain flakes, manufactured through my personal scientifically developed recipe. Makes them any different from other breakfast cereals. Did you not hear me? The recipe is scientifically developed. Alright. What's the third step then? The final step is purity of muscles. Developed an extensive exercise regimen featuring several workout machines that I have invented myself. Neat. And all of this together, what was it? My regimen eliminates corrupting influences from the body, thus purifying the body, mind, and soul. Well, it sounds like a good result to shoot for, and it works? Certainly it does. Why, just look at me. You're dead. Oh, coincidentally. Uh-huh. There's a skeleton in this bed, and it's wearing weird metal pants. Chastity pants. Scrap paper under the pillow. Looks like a torn out part of a diary page. Supposed to achieve purity of glands, but can't stand sleeping in those metal pants. They're so noisy, especially when I'm covered in bones. Keep calm and enjoy nothing. It's a combination of grain stiffer, flour mill, who knows what. Its grain hoppers are currently empty. Label on this thing says dough press. It's a large oven, but it doesn't have a door, just a wide slot. Purity is the best sauce. The list of draconian fitness rules that guests of this sanatorium had to adhere to. Wait yourself. According to the scale, you weigh 3 newtons. Don't know what to use this scale. Don't know how to use this scale correctly. Years worth of height and weight recordings for the ranch. Just customers. It is the most boring book you've ever read in its entirety. Let's measure myself. According to this ruler. You are 1 kilograms and 2 pounds tall. You don't know how to use this ruler correctly. Oh. Wait a minute, where did that come? There's a keyring hidden under the board. You got an item. Kellogg Ranch keyring. It's the keys to every door in the building on the Kellogg Ranch. You'll be a serial unlocker. But didn't I just go through every door? Huh. Oh. You find the correct key and unlock the door. Looks like this one belonged to a cook. Got an item, Kellogg Grain Flakes recipe. Got an empty cowboy chef's hat. Looks like this person had a secret stash of candy in addition to an earnest commitment to fitness. Sugared pork balls, peppermint drops, Kellogg Ranch workout regimen. You pick up the diary and blow off some of the dust. This cover says, The Diary of Blank Smith. The first name has worn away, but you can tell it was longer than 7 letters. Sadly, the contents aren't particularly juicy. The author joined Kellogg's health program because she'd had several relatives with poor health and wanted to preserve her own. She found the ranch to be pretty boring, but appreciated that the lack of anything much else to do gave her plenty of time to spend knitting, which was her favorite hobby. The last entry mentions Kellogg's death, rumored but unconfirmed to be due to a brain aneurysm caused by outrage at hearing a dirty joke, and that the author was returning home. Guess she forgot the diary when she left. Not particularly hot after all. There's nothing in this locker but a sewing kit. Needles and thread. You take the needle. 4 of them. Bottle of Montana. Cursive headband, cursive pants. Oh! One other side of the trail, you spot a cactus that doesn't look quite right. Specifically, it doesn't look right because it has a goblin face. As you get closer, you become pretty sure that it's actually just a goblin in a cactus outfit. It gives you some annoyed side-eyed and tries to wave you away, but the cactus's arms aren't very mobile. You know a guy called Cactus Bill? Shh, away going. Why are you inside a cactus? Watching cactus herd for keeping safe from a predator. What predator? Any predator. Desert tortoise, cactus beetle, other goblins. Now going away. You're ruining my disguise. Sadly, whatever, fine. You got the Hertzian physique. skeleton out here in the desert, that's not very strange. Because people die all the time in the desert. The skeleton, though, is doing arm curls with a pair of iron dumbbells. She doesn't have any muscles, but somehow her bones are extremely ripped and are swole. That doesn't even begin to make sense. It's... just dies. Smoxy it up. Maybe I made a bad choice to keep Gary. No, Gary is funny as hell. An odd flash of light nearby prompts you to stop and investigate. You discover a goblin with a strange hinged board covered with shiny foil, which they're using to reflect sunlight into a pair of leather boots. Hey, hello, what doing? Tanning. I am a tanner. You are tanning boots? Yes, sun using to make very tan. I don't think that's how it works, but I guess you're the expert. What? Are you selling boots? Are these the boots for selling? Oh yes, we'll sell boots for 250 meats. No. I gotta buy bags of spores and stuff. I'll go back to dirt water and go to the mercantile. Howdy, Bill. Howdy. Say, I don't reckon you found Cactus Lady. No, not yet, Billy. Sorry. Well, that's okay. Take your time. I ain't going nowhere. No. That's because I had to buy some stuff to increase his strength. Several loud gunshots ring out as you round a large cluster of boulders and you dive into cover. Peeking cautiously around the corner, you discover a goblin shooting a large pistol at a pile of nailed together driftwood. Hello? Oh, hello! What doing target practicing? Nope, sculpting look. What doing? Target practicing? Nope, sculpting look. You take another look, and from the right angle, the driftwood does kind of look like an owl. I'll bet one that's been shot a bunch of times with a pistol. Pretty good owl! Eagle. Not quite as good then. See the goblins concentrate on their weird hobby. Fort unnecessary, huh? Let's go check it out. Harried-looking young woman in a military office darts in front of the door as you enter. Oh no, I can't be having any more misfits in this jerk ward. You can either swear to me that you're halfway competent, heck, even a quarter, and that you'll help sort out this crew of no-hopers, or you can turn right back around and march double time. Sure, I'll help. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that promise. Come on in. I'm Captain Harriet Davenport. My name's Phoenix Sizzler. What's the problem, Cap? Problems. Welcome to Camp Fubar. Where all the Army's idiots and rejects are sent, so they're out of the way. I have had it up to my eyeballs trying to run this place. Please, help these morons figure out their malfunctions so they can muster out of here and leave me in peace. Can you give me some details? We'll need to talk to them individually for more information, but the brief is, we've got a scout who's blind as a bat, a cook who can't figure out how to make corned beef hash on toast, a guy who can't load and fire a cannon without it blowing up and maybe shooting backwards, a guy who somehow, and I can't for the life of me figure it out, is too bow-legged to ride a horse, and a kid who was sent here because he can't figure out how to tie a bow tie. Oh, and just putting the icing on the cake, we have infinite goblins living in our storage shed. Wow, okay, I begin to see the scope of your complaint. Pal, you're not just whistling Dixie. So, what'd you do to get sent here? Can you hear the two grinding sea growls? Do not ask! Okay, well. Howdy. Hi, what's wrong? Oh, gee willikers. I had a pretty good job as the General's personal assistant, but I got fired and reassigned here. What happened? Everything was great at first. I'm pretty good at scheduling, and I can write shorthand, and I'm an A+ boot polisher. But then the General went and decided he looked more serious and sophisticated with a bow tie, and he expected me to do the tying for him. No good? Nope. I can do a sheep shank and a bowline and a clover hitch, but for the life of me, I can't get a bow tie to look right. The General sent me out here with one to practice on and said not to come back till I got it. Alright. Howdy, Private. Cooker. How appropriate. What would it be if I knew how to cook, like, even a little bit? What seems to be the trouble? We've only got 2 ingredients here, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to combine them. What are the ingredients? Corned beef hash and toast. What if you thought of it as toast, as a shingle. Now it seems to understand where you're going with this. And think of the corned beef as your head. So I should put the corned beef hash under. No. Next to. No, I'm sorry, I don't get it. Can we try again? Sure, let's try again. A road map as a hole in the ground. So I should put the corned beef hash under cement. No. Let me try again. The shoe. Okay, let me get the right combination here. Your elbow. Your elbow. Of course, I put the corned beef on shoe and think the corned beef as a shinola. Of course, I put the corned beef on the toast, just like shinola on a shoe. I get it now, thank you. All my day's work. Howdy, they call me Private Bowlegs. See why? You seem uncomfortable. You ain't kidding, look at my legs. They're bent so far out I can't hardly touch both knees at once. Walking hurts like the dickens. Captain said it keeps you from riding a horse? Yep. They're too wide. Horse slips right out between them. Huh. Think I could ride a mule, though, what with them bending tad lower to the ground. You don't need a mule. This is fixable. Hold still a minute. Huh? Well, okay. With some grunts from you and some cries of pain from him, you normalize his leg. Oh, great jumping Jiminy, man. Oh, don't be a baby. Look, they're much straighter now. I guess I can't deny that. He winces as he mounts the nearby horse and rides out of camp. Hooray! Howdy, what's the haps? I'm supposed to be a cannoneer, but I'm terrible at loading cannons. They always explode, except not the way they're supposed to explode. Else they don't explode at all. Huh? The only time I ever got one to fire right, the cannonball knocked my sergeant's hat off, and he was standing behind me. Still can't figure out how that happened. So they assigned me to this loser squad and said I can't report back for proper duty until I figured out how to load a cannon right. Here, maybe this will help. Uh-huh. Well, let's see. Flip through the pages, which have big numbered diagrams. Oh, you take the stick back out before you put the cannonball in? Well, that certainly sounds easier. He carefully follows all the directions in the book and successfully fires a cannonball over the wall of the fort. I did it! Wow, great! Thanks a lot! I'm going to go get my new assignments right away! sign in front says important gun storage, no goblins. You open the door, crack, and take a peek. Naturally, the shed is crammed full of goblins to the ceiling. They're barely recognizable as individual goblins. Wow, jeez. Oh, what? Let Gary seeing. Gary takes a peek and reels back in, shock slamming the door. Ah, oh, gross, awful, goblin popping in there. Maybe two. Is that what happened? All those spores and nowhere to going. All growing into new goblins. And they're just smooshing all up. Nameplate on the desk is that general. What's his name? Desk is basically empty, but you find an old metal discarded on one of the drawers. You got an item, metal of adequacy. The bone with your penknife and hiss black words into them. The bone shivers, eager to please. Alright. Howdy, Cap. Howdy, Sizzler. Thanks for your help. You're doing good work. Just two left. Who's left? The kid, Private Bowtie, still can't tie a bow tie. Private Blindman still doesn't have his glasses. 10-4, I'll take care of it. This guy squints really hard at you as you approach. Howdy, do I know you? Your fuzzy silhouette don't seem familiar. Nope, I'm just passing through. What do you do here? I'm supposed to be a scout. But I went and broke my only pair of glasses. Without them, I can't see a dang thing. Try to get you a new pair. Be much obliged. I hear tell there's a jeweler not too far from here. You could probably grind me a pair of lenses. Just tell him to make them thick as the Dickens. See what I can do. Sure, I'll defend myself. This one again? Welcome back. Have you brought any gemstones that you would like Master Gerald to craft into rings for you? Need a pair of eyeglasses. For a nearly blind watchtower lookout. Can you guys make them for me? Clerk translates the question for Master Gerald, who thinks about it and then nods. Having some old soda bottles for grinding down should working fine. He says yes. We have some glass of the finest optical quality. 500 meat acceptable. The clerk invites you to have a seat in their living area while Master Gerald gets to work cutting and grinding some glasses into lenses and setting them into wire frames. You flip through a Goblin magazine while you wait. The lead article seems to be about social interaction with humans and the value of occasional pretending to be dumber than you actually are. Okay, close enough for government working. Master Gerald has completed your spectacles with the utmost degree of craftsmanship. Here you are. Looks like you found an abandoned crate. There's also a first aid kit in here. Okay. Scout squints real hard at you. Approach. Howdy, have we met? I can't see a dang thing without my glasses. Yeah, I'm the one who went to find you a new pair. Alright, any luck with that? Here, try these on. Takes the glasses, puts them on, and then looks around blinking. Well, I'll be. Never realized what a dump this place is. Comes up to the top of the watchtower and peers out over the countryside. They work! I can see it. Can see a dang thing. Hooray! Howdy, Cap. Howdy, Sizzler. You're doing a great job here. Looks like only one hapless goofball left to fix. Who's left? Good private bow tie. Still can't tie a bow tie. I need Moxie to that, though. My Moxie's only at 21. Alright, let's go to the abandoned mine. Empty the oil can into the works. Now that the rest is dealt with, you can see a bolt that's way out of alignment. You need a wrench for that first. Got my Moxie to level 11. Ancient seaweed draped skeleton is shambling towards you, hissing and moaning. Oh, huh? I guess we must be near the beach. How do you determine where the desert stops and the beach begins? I don't really know how to tell the difference between desert sand and beach sand. Well, that depends on where you're at for the beaches, because there's coarse sand and there's fine sand. I think desert sand is fine sand. With a spooky combination of hissing, chattering, clanking, an ancient skeleton rises out of the sand in front of you. He's wearing dented and rusted antique armor and a long handlebar mustache. Must be an ancient explorer or would-be conqueror, hopefully the former, because it doesn't seem to have been much good at the latter. How does your mustache stay on? You lose. Goblin suddenly runs up with an armload of driftwood and dumps it out in front of you. Hello, look! Sculptures I am making! You are buying an art, yes? Well, buying an art or killing? Wow, Jesus, that's a little over the top! Buying art now! Okay, how much wanting for one of these art? 300 meat! Gary attempts to placate this suddenly seething goblin, but it doesn't go super well. Talking down a price, but going crazy if not buying. I don't want to buy any of this crap. Oh no. Killing! Off to one side of the trail, you spot a goblin digging in the sand, a little shovel and a pail. Hello, I am clams digging. Clams? Clams not being in desert. Clams is ocean thing. Haha, showing what you knowing. Clams ocean fish being. Like slugs with shells having. Not in desert. Oh yes, smarty human. Oh yes, smarty human. Looking at this. Then they pull a large piece of shiny abalone shell out of their pail. Which, while not exactly a clam, is indeed an odd thing to find in the desert. A large man with a large hammer interrupts your journey by leaping out from behind a rock and shouting, "You damn ghosts won't get me! I'll hammer you back into the grave where you belong!" Well, that's a new one. Slam on Ruby's brakes because you're pretty sure you just saw a floating banana. Come to a fork in the road. A pair of twins are standing near a sign that says warning fishes spared. You ask the guys which path is safe, and they say they'd be glad to tell you. But one of them always lies, and the other always tells the truth. You suggest kicking both men repeatedly in the junk until they can agree which is the correct path, and they both point to the left. You ride past a woman who is running along the desert trail on foot, and although I say running it's a slow run, with an odd, lopping gait. She's dressed oddly too. No hat, just a thin strip of fabric tied across her forehead, light clothing, and strange soft-looking boots that barely even come up to her ankles. Everything alright? Are you running away from something? Something pretty slow? Maybe a desert tortoise or... No, I'm jogging. What? Jogging. I invented it. It's like slow running. Where I'm from, we just walk. Better exercise if you go faster. Not fast enough to actually get away from anything though. But full out running wears you out. That isn't as healthy. Healthier than being eaten by a bear. Look, I'm not being chased by bears. I've never been chased by a bear. Yes, that's obvious. You're alive and not mangled lumps. It's about physical fitness. Bears aren't an issue. Hey, you're right. Thank you. There aren't many bears out here in the desert. A pack of coyotes, though, you'd be in real trouble. It's a very frustrating conversation. They tear you to shreds, even without those goofy-looking shoes. I designed these myself. They're not goofy. They're pretty goofy. Grr. I mean, what good are they if you can't even run properly in them? But they don't prevent... And they certainly aren't going to protect your ankles from coyote bites. They'll be perfectly good for kicking your ass. Gosh, all this exercise has made you kind of belligerent. Get down off that horse! I want to see if you can catch me. You right away, the jogger runs after you for a bit, yelling, but as predicted, she can't catch you. Gotta be those shoes. Yup. The hair on the back neck stands up as you realize you've ridden in the midst of a herd of ghostly floating head cows. You've heard that some ranchers, in a desperate effort to avoid the homecoming, deliberately drove their entire herds into the ocean. That's what happened here. It didn't work. And these cows are very angry about it. And you really can't... And really, can you blame them? That's pretty messed up. Anyway, this herd of ghosts... Cowheads, what's your move here? We're gonna play them. We're gonna beef up. We're gonna move. Gary's gonna kick some ass. I should have taken one out. Sorry, no darts management. Emerged from that brawl relatively unscathed. Oh, it goes right back to it. Alright, whatever. Can't focus on the track well enough. Oh, you gotta get your eyes fixed. Burly lumberjack looking fellow has set up a table in the middle of the road with a sign that says Toll Road. An arm wrestle. He grins widely when he sees you and plants the elbow of his absurdly muscular right arm in the middle of the table. You sit down across from the lumberjack and clasp hands, not bothering to do the dialogue here because it's etc. Long story short, you eventually manage to force your opponent's arms up to the table. He graciously gestures for you to continue on your journey. Stop. Yourself. always put those on. Hey, mister! A young woman with dark bobbed hair and a white apron is standing behind a makeshift wooden counter at the side of the road. Behind her, you can see a campfire and something that looks like a cross between a pot-belly stove and a steam engine. Yes? You're looking like you could use a hot cup of coffee. Considering the times we live in, that has pretty much always been true of me or anyone I've ever met. Yes. Well, you're in luck. Am I? You sure are. I'm experimenting with some exotic new beans and nursing techniques, and I've got a fresh pot of my gourmet blend ready to go. The exotic, but about coffee. It's coffee. This isn't plain old coffee, see? I take the finest imported beans and I feed them to this special breed of bobcat I found. You... what? And the raw beans aren't fully digestible, so I roast them afterwards. You... what? And I brew them in this special pressurized kettle, you see? So... that's disgusting. I can't drink that. What's wrong? It's just a specialized form of pressure cooker. Not that part! The barista sighs and rolls her eyes. I do wash the bean first. I'm not drinking cat poop coffee. Don't be so stodgy. It's quite aromatic, I bet. And it has a very robust flavor. I noticed you didn't describe it as delicious or even good. Look, there's nothing wrong with it. I drink it myself except, well, it's a bit expensive. Expensive? How much? Just 500 meat? Just? I know that seems like a lot. It's nonsense. You might as well say 11-3 jillion. But when you take into account the quality of the ingredients and the brewing process, how many cups are in that pot? 8? Could buy 4 horses with that. Look, do you want a cup or not? Don't you have some regular coffee? No, I've been working on a pumpkin spice flavor, but there's been some problems. Pumpkins aren't spicy? That's the main problem, yeah. Oh, forget it. Are you sure you won't get another chance like this? Fine with me. Finally. Serious Falls Mountain. Let's see about this snake skin. Cool skin on your hat, making it slightly blacker than it was before, at least in the area right above the brim. Shove here and a push there and a whole stock collapses on itself. Some of these rocks aren't real. They vanish as soon as you look at them closely. Alright. There's a cylindrical piece here that's very obviously broken. You pop out the broken cylinder and replace it with one you found. The machine whirs to life with a riot of blue lights and weird noises. Bugs to the terminal. Gets a little skittish, and a few moments later, you understand why. A low Nordic drone signal is nearby. Well, liking these. Unglyph horn. Well, that's odd. There's a tree stump here with a raw plucked chicken sitting on it on a plate. You dismount and start walking over to take a closer look at it. When a shot rings out, the chicken jumps a foot into the air on fire and lands back on the plate, perfectly roasted. You slowly turn around and see a woman wearing a black chef's hat, blowing smoke from the end of her revolver. This here's my property. You cared much for trespasser. Hey, I didn't mean to. She holds up 3 large baking potatoes in her left hand and points her pistol at you with her right. Side dish is either these here taters or you. We got 3 seconds. Hold on. 2. This weird shaft thing goes down further than you can see. keep going, but I'm not animated for climbing. Alright. Keep right on and moving. Olive Garden's homestead. Probably shouldn't go trespassing through this woman's garden without getting permission. Howdy! Howdy, stranger. Name's Phoenix. Howdy, Phoenix. I'm Olive. Olive Garden. Nice garden you got there, Olive. Why, thanks. Looks delicious. Oh, I don't grow them to eat. I just grow them to grow them. In fact, if you've got the know-how, you're welcome to harvest anything you'd like. Thanks. Sure thing, hun. Why, I'm always happy to meet another cactus aficionado. Did you know there's more than 2,000 different breeds of cactus? All different shapes and sizes and all. Different colors of flowers, too. I'll be. If you know what sort of cactus to look for, they'll help you survive out in the desert for quite a while, too. They collect and store a lot of drinkable water, and several varieties bear edible fruit. That's fascinating. And that's even before we get into their medical uses. Did you know if you sterilize cactus spines over hot coals, you can use them for sutures? Although you have to be careful, because there's a couple breeds whose spines are actually venomous. Well, I'll be darned. Did you know that saguaro cactuses, those are the tall ones with the arms that you probably picture when you think about cactuses, generally live to be 160 or 170 years old, sometimes as old as 200 years. Heck, they aren't even considered adults until they're 125. Gosh. You'll probably think I'm silly, but I kind of think of these cactuses as pets. They're like my big, green, prickly children. Though a lot easier to take care of, obviously. People probably think of me as the weird cactus lady that lives outside of town. But that doesn't matter to me so long as I've got my needle babies. You know, if you love cactuses so much, why don't you marry one? Phoenix, you're definitely not the first person that suggested that. And I'll tell you what, I would absolutely positively marry a cactus if I could find one that wanted to marry me. We'll see it. Alright, time to go back to dirt water. Howdy, Bill. Howdy. Say, I don't reckon you found me a cactus lady yet. I found just the gal for you, Billy. Do you mean it, Phoenix? Sure do. She's a cactus-loving lady named of Olive Garden, and she's a real peach. You give Cactus Bill directions out to Olive's ranch, and he hitches a ride on the very next passing stagecoach. Godspeed, Cactus Bill. I know where I'm going now. Great job. That's everyone dealt with and out of here. And that means I'm finally out of this hellhole too. If we ever cross paths again, I really owe you one. Captain Davenport frisbees her clipboard, snaps you a salute, and marches out of the fort. All in a day's work. Hell, I don't have time for this. I'm smart enough to cook a dang loaf of bread. Just give me whatever ingredient you have left. But then we won't learn how to bake it ourselves. You want to be bakers, or do you want to stay out of jail? Boys grumble, but they turn over the last remains of their ingredients. You manage to get enough bread out of them to satisfy the mayor. Good enough for me. Sure did. Thank goodness for that. Another missed payday would have caused a riot for sure. Glad we avoided that. Did you bring back the soup? I need all 5 bowls. Gotta remember what I need for that, and I gotta figure out where I'm getting this stuff. Give me 5 seconds. Spot a horse laying a few yards off the trail, tied rightly to a tree just out of sight of it. No sense in scaring her, and investigate. Somehow its saddlebags are still intact. Maybe the big red plus sign embroidered on the sides of them added to their durability. Goblin off to one side of the trail, just staring up at the sky. They don't even seem to notice you approaching. Or hello. Oh, hello, hi. What are you two doing? A moon I am looking at it. Neither moon is out right now. Nothing being up there. I'm happy to waiting. The moons won't to coming for hours. You two waiting this long? Yes, moon so big, so bright, so big. To waiting and seeing. You very to liking a moon, huh? Yes, very to liking. I do collecting rocks of them. You should to giving me moon rocks, these or else. Okay, here they are. Moon bits. I was not expecting this so easily. How many more I too having? You two enjoying them? Thanks. Clanking, hissing sound draws your attention to a skeleton limping out of the shadows. He's wearing the dry-bearded, rotted tatters of an old army jacket and is so full of bullet holes that he's more a skeleton-shaped cloud of hovering bone splinters than a skeleton. He must have what they're called true grit. 10 huts, soldier! Skeleton clacks to attention. You're out of uniform, soldier. Look at the state of that jacket. And where are your pants? Drop and give me 20. He drops to the ground and starts doing push-ups. You give him a swift kick in the ribs and he explodes into a scattered bone shard. Hey. You spot a guy riding down the road on a brown horse wearing a brown fur hat and carrying a brown shopping bag with a brown loaf of stolen bread sticking out the top. You can tell it's stolen because the bag has a little picture of a loaf of bread on it. He rides up and brandishes a great big loaf of bread at you. Hand over all your bread or I'll bludgeon you to death. Geez, you sure like bread, huh? Yeah, kind of my thing. I ain't afraid of you or your bread. I'll turn you into croutons, and I'll turn those croutons into breadcrumbs. And I'll feed those breadcrumbs to ducks. Cats, not ducks! Spot a skeleton lying a few yards off the side of the trail. You tie Ruby to a tree. You cross paths with Wandering Sally again. Howdy, Phoenix. Interested in treating? You bet I am. An open grave in there. Which is a little weird. Maybe they forgot to bring the body and had to go back to get it. Man, I bet that would be really embarrassing. Hey, there are a few things in there already. Maybe they were just burying that chunk. But forgot to fill in the hole. Well... You encounter the goblin chef out harvesting produce, by which I mean knocking lumps off a cactus. Gives you some real side-eye when it sees you. Hey you, a human! To keeping away from these lumps that are mine. Or maybe I am to cooking you instead. What? You goblins don't people to eating, do you? Haha, no, gross. I did saying that to scare you away. Did you scare? Jeez, a little, yeah. So, what's cooking? Lumps? Okay, then. Those lumps giving me. While giving you some lumps. Okay, I am lumps collecting, so yes. More lumps giving to me. It's not really what... It's a metaphor. I mean, I'll hit you to hitting you. Giving lumps is hitting? So you're hitting me if I'm not hitting you? What? How about we just not hitting? Okay, fine. Oh boy. Alright, we're going to hold off there. And we are going to go on a raid. We're going to raid Nintendo Addict. He's playing Super Metroid, and it's a randomizer. Come on, Nightbot. Finally. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you're not. And we are out.